What's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do remember, if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right here and select all to receive all notifications upon the videos that come out on this channel. Also, my backup channel is Tony Harvin Network, if you'd like to do the same. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Live Conversations number 233. Live Conversation number 233. Yeah, I know my disclaimer is I'm not a pastor, preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church. So please do not lay claims of those titles on me at all, man. We're here to talk about something, man, a serious matter. You know what people deal with. Please don't ask me if I'm dealing with suicidal thoughts. Don't ask me that. You understand? It's just a title. That's it. You know what I mean? I gotta stop some people at the front door. I gotta stop some people at the front door just because I make a live conversation. It ain't about me. You understand? It's just a conversation for people to talk about. That's it. You know, I'm not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement. All right. So this thing, depression, mental health, and things like that, suicide, and all things like that. You know, a lot of people deal with out here for sure, and I'm pretty sure there's some people out there, you know, who may listen to this now or catch the replay. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. What up, Prince? What up, what up, Nicole? What up, Drew? Appreciate that. He said, I know that. Well, you know, you got some people out there. You got some people out there, man, who they see the thumbnail or they see the topic and they go, wow, well, you having suicidal thoughts? No, it's just a conversation. You know, I mean, me personally, I've never dealt with, you know what I mean, suicidal thoughts or whatever the case may be. So me, I don't know the shoe that people wear, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of their mentals when they go through stuff like that. What makes a person want to harm themselves? What puts a person in that type of position to harm themselves? And I see a lot when people have breakups. You know what I'm saying? When people have breakups, when people lose their job, I believe like way back in the day, probably when the stock market crashed, what is that 1920s or something like that? When the stock market crashed, a lot of people committed suicide. Why? Because all that they have worked for, all that they have, you know what I mean, slaved for in the sense of working hard for their earnings, you know what I mean, they lost it. A lot of people put their money in the stock market, and guess what? When stuff like that happens, when it crashes, when they lose everything, they lose the house, they lose everything that they put into it. You know what I mean? People can be depressed over money, over bills, you know what I'm saying? And things like that. Why? I don't know at the end of the day. I mean, yes. I mean, of course, we all been broke. Listen, some of us are still broke, living paycheck to paycheck and things like that. But you shouldn't let that bother you in the sense of, man, I don't like being alive. You got some people say, you know, and I've delete people like that off my Facebook when they say F life or F the world or F everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't get why people have it in their mind to curse life. If you're going to curse life, then what's the purpose of being here? You understand that? You must have some type of loving to life if you still want to be here. What up, Cynthia Davenport? What up to Wesley? He says, my Lord, serious twice, but now I'm striving for eternity. Thank God. What up, Linda? He says, why are we dying? Just stay alive. Killer Mike. Killer Mike is a rapper? Killer Mike's a rapper, or he like some type of, I don't know, activist or something like that. Linda says, that spirit has been taking a lot of folks out. Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of people, you know what I mean, they seem to be, and it's no offense, weak-minded. You know what I'm saying? Something little happens. They have a little breakup, relationship breakup or something like that. You know what I mean? They just can't fathom not being with this person. You know what I'm saying? It hurts them so much that they want to kill themselves. You understand? Or they want to off the person, then off themselves. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of having a mind, listen, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. You know, I don't understand why people really have a serious thought process like that. You know, I know a lot of people deal with depression out there, dealing with their mental health. Like I said, I haven't been there. You understand? So I really don't understand, or whatever the case may be. What up? I'm just gonna call you the lab. What up, Kim? Hope all is well. We're just here talking about suicide. We're here talking about depression, stress, mental health. You know, the top factor. Why do people go through these things over the smaller stuff in life? You know? Jacob, what up? You says the enemy puts those thoughts in minds, especially when one is weak-minded. They are easier target for the devil. Makes sense. Makes sense. You know, I mean, some people have tried to take their lives but failed at it. Some people have put, you know, a weapon to their head and squeezed the trigger. You know what I'm saying? And they still lived. You know what I mean? Wesley says, I've been there. He says, I've been there and it's something. That's something deep right there. That's something real deep. You know, I'm not here to kick rocks on people who've been there, or, you know, who probably got family members and whatnot. But to me, this life is precious. I know we're going to have good times. I know we're going to have hard times in life in general, you know. And as we get older, of course, we get mature, or some of us get more mature and wiser. You know, especially if you're striving for God, things is going to get harder. Or it's going to be more trials and tribulations. You know, you might lose your job. You might lose a family member. You understand? You might lose a friend. You might lose somebody you know, in tune with love. You understand? Things happen. What up, Antonio? He says, be blessed. Wesley says, neglected as a child. Wow. Neglected as a child. The lab says it also can be from childhood trauma. Childhood trauma. And I think I may know what you're talking about. I mean, we expose false prophets out here, you know, especially those who get arrested for, you know, being a pedophile, touching on children. And, you know, a lot of them kids got to grow up with that in their head. If you're talking about that type of trauma, if you're talking about abusive, being abused by their parents, bullying, you know, a lot of kids have committed suicide because they've been bullied in school. You know, they tell the teacher, man, the teacher ain't gonna do nothing. You know, you look up these stories, and these are young kids. These are kids that have committed suicide because of a bully or somebody's bullying them in school. And the teachers don't do nothing. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Listen, I don't tolerate no bullying. You understand? I don't tolerate that. I don't tolerate that. You know what I mean? I don't. I'm a firm believer of self-defense, because you could tell the teacher be like, oh, all right, Billy, don't bother her. Yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all right. Cynthia Davenport says, I lost my mom. Yes, I tried. Lisa Love. Well, speaking for myself, it's not that I curse life, but sometimes you don't have an understanding about what's going on. Money is not the reason, or relationship. It's when you are at your lowest. Your lowest. Your lowest. That's a good point right there. Your lowest. Wow. That's something to think about. You know, that's something really to think about, because I always wondered, like, you know, well, the reason I said relationship and stuff like that, because that's what I've been hearing, you know, especially where I'm from in Jersey City. I used to always read in the papers and whatnot. Listen, this couple, you know, he killed her and then he killed himself. That happened on numerous occasions where I was from. Even dealing with money. Some person, they committed suicide, jumped off a building. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on out there. Jumping off the bridge, the Bayonne Bridge, jumping off the buildings by New York City and things like that. But your lowest. A lot of people may describe their lowest as being broke. Because some people put their whole heart in money. You understand? Money is their life. Or they put their whole heart as far as like in a person. And then when that person leaves them, they feel that they're at their lowest, but it's just a person. But something more like deeper than that, that's something to think about. That's something to think about for sure. All right. What up, Ernest Beard? What up, Laverne? Cynthia Davenport said, I was 12 when I lost my mom. And that same year, another trauma by my family member. Walked out on the rocks on the beach, thought it out, and turned around. Thank you, God. Wesley, neglected as a child without parents or a guardian, and life is passing you by. Homeless at 18, was in Rikers at 16. Wow, Rikers Island. I believe that's in the Bronx. I used to deliver to Rikers. Used to deliver. You gotta go to that booth, get signed in first before you cross that little bridge. So definitely understandable, man. Rikers is something. You said so. Suicidal thoughts can be just a natural element. Wow. Laverne, you says the reason people bully because they have things they going through at home. Wow. Well, that's kind of crazy, because when kids go to school and bully other kids, and then, of course the kids don't know. I'm not making an excuse at all for bullies, but I believe the parents should teach more about that, especially if the child is bullying somebody. Now, the person getting bullied, listen, if the teacher ain't going to do nothing, you got to protect yourself at all times, man. You understand? You got to protect yourself at all times. What up, Latanya? People can speculate all day long. Don't know how it feels unless you've been there. Cash Mar, what up? I'm doing well. What up, Jeremy Dunbar? I'm good. Angel Quillen, what up? Hope all is well. We're just talking about, suicide, depression, and mental health. That a lot of people are going through, in these days for sure. I hear about it a lot now, more so mental health. Before, growing up, you hear little stuff here and there, but now it's more enhanced. It's more serious in these days. What's up, Tasha? It's more serious. It seems to be more serious in these days, the way they reporting it left and right. A person, besides money in a relationship and things like that, like one of you guys said, when a person is at their lowest, besides the money, besides the relationship, you never know how people are feeling. You just never know. Andrew Jackson, who says, like Apostle says, Geno Jennings he's referring to. He says, days are going to get worse and worse every day. As time near its end. But as long as we keep our faith and pray to our Lord Jesus Christ to help us to endure to the end. That's some deep stuff right there. That's some deep stuff. And it will be trying times. I tell you that. Listen, I may not go through depression or whatever, but there's other things. for sure, and vice versa. Jeremy Dunbar, that is real. Lots of people go through it. Kids are exposed to way too much. Parents need to monitor what their kids are watching and around. Watching, good point. Watching, you know, that's a good point, because now you could turn on cartoons and whatnot. Now they polluting the cartoons with, you know what? They polluting the cartoons. They polluting the kiddie games with certain things that will tamper with the kid's mind. What up, Jose? What up? Kim states that it's a spirit of death. It's a spirit of death. Wow. Let's go back to Jeremy. He says kids are exposed to way too much. Parents need to monitor what their kids are watching. I agree with that. And around people. Listen, ain't no spending the night at nobody's house for my children. Ain't no slumber parties. Ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because people can bring around certain spirits around kids, which is true. Certain influences and things like that. Tasha states that TikTok has this thing where kids are cutting themselves and don't feel the pain. Here we go with another challenge. You know, it's a sad thing that certain things, social media can be used for the positive. But of course, that's what gets overlooked by nonsense like that. You know, listen, you put up a challenge like that. Listen, this is the cut your arm challenge. You'll see millions of people watching that, right? But if you talk about something like this, if you talk about something like educating yourself, how to better yourself as a person, they don't want to hear that. You understand? They don't want to hear that. They want to hear, listen, go to the cliff challenge and see if you can do the Michael Jackson lean off of it and not fall off. Remember they had the ice bucket challenge, the crate challenge, all this stupid stuff that, you know what I'm saying, these people make up because they ain't got nothing else better to do. Ice bucket challenge, cutting your arm challenge. You could be doing something more valuable with your time versus, man, I'm going to do this challenge, cut my arm, and all these other dumb challenges out there. And it's sad that, well, I knew I was a kid when I wouldn't follow that stuff at all. I mean, my so-called friends used to play the knockout game. I ain't following that. So following nonsense like that, some kids are vulnerable. Some kids get peer pressured. What up, Spears? What up? Laverne says it's all over the social media, YouTube. Wow. And listen, YouTube would keep that type of stuff up, right? But when you put something up like Gino talking about the community, they'll take it down. You understand? They'll put something up, harming yourself. But every time we're talking about the community or that group doing things, listen, they quick to take you down. Quick. They keep Lil Nas X up, but they'll take down some truth and whatnot. Wesley, I would love to start a mental health channel because I know a whole lot about that. Well, that'll be a good one. You understand? I mean, do your thing. You know, holding down a channel, man, is a lot of work. You know what I mean? You got to be real passionate about it. You know? So that'd definitely be a good idea for you, for sure. What up, Eva? Linda says, I never thought of suicide, but I go through a lot mentally. striving to put away my old ways to walk in the way God has called us. I'm not planning on giving up though. I'm fighting this thing. Dwayne, I work at a children's hospital, and I can say mental health and suicide is running rampant in these days. 80% of new admits are kids with suicide attempts. Take away tablets, stop scary movies. Scary movies. Scary movies. Even some suspense movies also. Scary movies. Demonic movies. Where do you think these creators get these ideas from? These writers. What type of sick mind could the writer who wrote a movie, who wrote a scary movie have? We used to watch it when we was kids, but we didn't know better. But it wasn't like how it is now. I'm not making an excuse. You know, they had Freddy Krueger back then. You understand? They had Jason. Of course, it was bad, you know. But these movies in these days, these scary movies, it's crazy. You know what I mean? So the spirits that's on the writer, he's manifested and making it into a movie. You know what I'm saying? It's the same influence people get when they watch those movies. A lot of people, when they watch a scary movie, they have nightmares. You know what I'm saying? They have these nightmares. I don't watch scary movies at all. Not that I'm afraid or anything like that. No. I just don't watch them. I don't find them interesting at all. You know, because it's like, what sick person comes up with these ideas to write about demonic things and whatnot? The Jigsaw. How did this person come up with creating that? You understand? How did this person come up with creating the Jigsaw? And the Jigsaw is one ugly thing. Saw. How did they come up with this stuff? What influenced the writer? What influenced the director, the producers to come up with sounds and whatnot for this? You know what I'm saying? Listen, they ain't gonna write a movie on, you know, how to get yourself right. They ain't gonna write a movie like that. It's very little few movies that's clean. I'm talking about real clean. One movie being, I think it's called Fireproof or something like that. Clean Christian movie. Real clean. You understand? All right. What up, Mr. Ham? What up? Dwayne says, and parents, start being parents. Spirit says, the U.S., you said, should never have legalized marijuana. Jeremy Dunbar says the writers get it from evil spirits. Rob Zombie has a lot of satanic symbolism in them. Drop the link. Drop the link for what? We talking about suicide here, man. So if you got something that you want to input on suicide, sure, I'll drop the link. But anything else, no. All right, Jose. He says, I agree, Tony. In some, he says, what's that? Intimidate the movie itself. I don't like scary movies. I don't watch them. Jeremy says, the world has a love for dark things. They are fascinated with the spirit world and have no idea. Finally aware of you. He says, good evening. I'm good, man. You know, long day at work. You know, about almost 12 hours, 12, 13 hours. You know what I'm saying? 4 days straight. But, you know, it's what you got to do when you got children. You understand? So I see people points. Mr. Ham, he says, I hate to say it when kids are not disciplined or taught to defend themselves or haven't been taught to fear nothing but God, the devil win every time. Ye man, he says, is that Brother Jay saying drop the link? I find that funny. I call him Brother Feces. I don't care if he on here or not. That's what I call him, Brother Feces. You understand? That's why I state that this ain't the time and the place. We talking about something serious. Now, if you want to do something separate later on, we can. You know what I mean? What up, Maddie? What up, Sion? What up, what up, what up? Brother Jay, he says, I don't have nothing to say about the topic. Why not? You're a minister. You preach the word, and now you don't got nothing to say about something serious? I don't get it. You and your flock talk about nonsense, right? Now you don't have nothing to say about a serious topic when something like this is being talked about? I don't get it. I don't get it. But I'm not at work for the first time. Just wanted to talk to you about things you've been saying. I don't want to talk to you, man. I say what I want. You know what I mean? I say what I want. You know? I don't watch you or nothing like that. Somebody say you made a 2-hour video. I don't watch that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? We over here, we chilling, we talking about something serious. We're talking about something serious that people go through. You teach the word of God, and you don't have nothing to say about this topic, but yet you want to talk about some social media, YouTube, back and forth. That's not important, man. What's important is talking about a serious topic like suicide and depression. There's people out there that's probably watching this. Listen, I want to hear the advice from the people. I don't want to. They don't need to hear about social media gossip. We're talking about something serious right here, man. For sure. Nobody's scared of you, man. Listen, we could talk face to face in person. You in North Carolina, you're pastor in North Carolina. Forget the cameras. We could talk in person. How about that? You understand? How about that? Well, I don't do the back and forth on camera. You understand? We could do this in person. And then we could put it on camera. How about that? I'm not even sure if you are the real Brother Jay. You might be a person who made a fake name or something like that. Back to the topic. Mr. Ham, he says we got better things to do when the truth is God. Absolutely. He said you've been saying a lot about me. We don't talk about you on here. We don't talk about you. Do we talk about Brother Feces, Brother Jay? No, we don't. When have y'all seen a live conversation that says the whole thing is about Brother Jay? Let me know. Who are you, number one, to be concerned about? Tony Harvin is not concerned about Brother Feces, nor his Fat Man School pastor, what is his name, Mathis or something like that. We don't care about y'all. I listen. I don't know. I don't know either. He think because somebody mentioned his name and I respond back like we really thinking about him. I don't care about him, honestly. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Bye, troll." He said, "Like, what up, Tina?" Tells Tina. He says, "Who that Brother Feces?" This is an excellent topic. Absolutely. This is a wonderful topic, but you got people like him that want to talk about social media gossip. Like Allen Iverson said, practice. But what about the game? You understand? What about the game? What about something serious? What about something serious like suicide and depression? He want to talk about social media back and forth. If you want to talk to Tony Harvin like a man, come see me in person. How about that? You need you somewhere else in another state? I'll reimburse you. I'll reimburse you. Forget that. You understand? But we here covering a serious matter right now. So you go with your emotions, thinking about, you probably was thinking about this all day. Man, I can't wait till Tony Harvin get online. I'm going to say this. Oh, man, I don't think about none of these clowns on here, these trolls at all. Throughout my day, listen, I'm doing deliveries and whatnot, knocking them down. I ain't thinking about these clowns at all. All right. I think I said that already. He says, I told my family I would rather stay away from horror movies nowadays because it makes me feel like I'm far from Christ. They couldn't really understand, but nice stream, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, horror movies. I think the last movie I watched that was scary probably was like Freddy Krueger, maybe. No. Which I call a Jigsaw scary. That probably is like a mixture of like suspense and scary. Jigsaw. You know, I think I saw the last one. I think that was it. You know, after that, it was just like, it's not my thing no more. When I was a kid, I used to watch Freddy Krueger a lot, you know, but that stuff ain't my thing no more, you know? All right. Eva says, yes, that's right. I deal with that. Thank you. Absolutely. You know, we got people who's dealing with serious mental issues or who have dealt with suicide, who have dealt with or dealing with depression right now. You understand? It be these conversations that can help a person, you know, and when you have trolls like that, and this a person is supposed to be a minister, he's supposed to be a teacher of the word of God, but yet he's worrying about gossip. Drop the link. They want? Listen, come see me in person. How about that? You understand? Never mind the back and forth over the internet. All right. Laverne says the reason he didn't have anything to say is because he is not really a man of God. He's a former First Church member. He's a former First Church member, and a lot of them who troll on here are former First Church members, you know. You know what I'm saying? They subscribe to this YouTube channel, Tony Harvin, the other YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network, and Tony Harvin TV. They hit the subscribe button and they hit the notification bell to get notifications of all things that come out on here. You know, the videos, the lives, the shorts, the pictures. I don't get it. I don't subscribe to these clowns channels. I don't listen to them at all. I really don't. You understand? It was a time years ago I would, you know. All right, finding a way of you, but I think I know who that is. I believe suicide and depression are a spirit that can oppress one. Jeremy Dunbar. They need to get away from negative people and things. The moment you get yourself around positive people, you see such a difference in your mindset. Absolutely. I agree with that one. You know? Maddie, tell it, my loving brother. Jose. What up, Jose? You say he's trolling. You just made it to Raleigh. Raleigh's about 2.5 hours. Listen, come to Charlotte tomorrow. I'll reimburse you. I'll give you $100 for gas. You understand? Come to Charlotte. You know? He just made it to Raleigh. You said, who is Brother Jay? Call him Brother Feces. They got this challenge on TikTok where the kids were taking Benadryl and overdose and killing themselves. I think I heard about that one. Benadryl. Now, my body can't withstand NyQuil. I don't think I ever had Benadryl before. I don't think so. Did I? I'm not sure. But I do know Benadryl can put a person under the wooziness. You know, but like I stated earlier, like the influence that these kids get, their minds are so vulnerable. Listen, let's do the taking the Benadryl challenge. We cool. It's crazy. Let suckers be suckers and you focus on your godly agenda. That's a good one. You call them a sucker. A lot of them get a punch at the end of that sucker. A lot of them do. You know? A lot of them. A lot of them do. All right? He said, Fat Man Scoop. He says, Brother Jace, he said, chill. He said, chill. He said, chill. I ain't worried about him, man. He in his feelings, man. Must be that time of the month. He said, block him. No, we're going to keep him in here, man. We're going to keep him in here. You know, he's building the algorithm up, you know, the watch time hours and stuff like that. As long as these trolls in here, they actually helping building the watch time hours. They actually helping the channel out. You know what I'm saying? He says, Lord have mercy. If you are not here to talk about the topic, Lisa Love, you funny. What up, Stephanie? What up, what up, what up? He says, or let him watch. Oh, man. I have depression and mental health issues. Stephanie, I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Wow. Wow. See, that's something serious because people are dealing with that right now. You know, and you got people like, you know, what they call trolls. I call them feces. Less than dog doodle to me. You understand? They less than that. But when you have people really dealing with depression and mental health issues, it's like, man, if I can give out an encouraging word or somebody from the chat room could give them an encouraging word, listen, we did our job to help to empower and encourage the people in general. You know? He said, sit down and watch. Let me see something right quick. I gotta do something right quick, man. I gotta check something out on my end to make sure we don't have a troll, because when these trolls come in here, it's a way, I'm not gonna say it, it's a way I could check who's who, if they're really like a real person or just a made up like name. You could tell when somebody's like a made up name. And you could tell when somebody is a real person on YouTube, like an actual person versus a person just making a fictitious falsifying another name. All right, so I'm about to check this out right quick, you know, to see if that person is a real person. Okay, it's actually him. It's actually him. You know, he says, I'd never threaten you. He crying like a girl right now. You sound like a female. Man, I don't listen. I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. You coming in here like a female, like you got your heart broken. What's wrong with these men with these female habits? You understand? Oh man. Sion says horror movie like The Exorcism was very scary. Well, I definitely don't recommend like watching horror scary movies and things like that at all. You know, Mr. Ham says, to be honest, my 51 years, there's never been anything that's ever made me feel depressed or suicidal. I love the life God gave me. Same here. Same here. You know, same here. That's why I wanted to have this conversation so I could, I know people out there that been dealing with this. You know, some people have opened up about why this and why that they have felt that way. And I'm like, I mean, it's interesting and stuff like that, to learn more about suicidal and depression on the end of other people who have been dealing with it. You know, what up, prodigal son? He said, let it go. You know, listen, brother Jay reminded me of just a scorned female, and he's a man. That's crazy. Listen, people say, listen, just go, man. Go that way. Go that way. You understand? He said, we can meet up. I'm not with the drama. Simple. Let's have a grown man conversation. Well, I'm going to tell you the address where you can meet me. Let me see. I'm going to give you the address. Right here. I hope Mr. J is tuning in. That's the address for you, Mr. J. Right there. You can Google it all you want. You let me know what time you plan on coming. You understand? You know what I mean? He said, I want to have a grown man. I don't got nothing to say to you. You a troll. You understand? We don't talk about you for hours. We don't care. You understand? Cool JC says, I've watched so-called horror movies. I don't find any of them scary at all. He said, I'm not with the drama. I don't care what you with. You understand? I don't care. You know what I mean? So the address is in the room. You got the address. You know my email, whatever. Let me know. You understand? Let me know. All right? Sion says, a lot of young people, too, are on antidepressant medication, but that doesn't help. Prodigal Son states that suicide is an unforgivable sin. That's something deep right there, man. Now, that's something deep. I think, I put that out. Geno Jennings, suicide. It was called Suicide and Blasphemy. When somebody asked him a question about that. When somebody said they made reference to it, they made reference to suicide being an unforgivable sin or something like that. You know? All right. He said, that's right, brother Tony. Handle it in person, never over social media. Listen, I done sent the address before to another troll before. He never showed up, man. He was talking reckless. They never show up, man. They get their feelings over little stuff. My man, he's hurt. He said, I want to have a conversation in person. No, I said that. He said, I want to have a conversation like a man. For what? I don't know you. I don't know you like that in the sense of being comfortable. So I'm going to come off different. You understand? I'm going to come off different if I'm uncomfortable. You know? You get this YouTube stuff mixed up or whatever the case may be. Don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. You should have just left it alone. That's it. We're here to talk about something serious. All right. He says they keep having these conversations. He says, Tony, keep having these conversations. Excuse me. He says they are great, and extremely helpful. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm learning a lot, from the people who have dealt with it, because I never really looked at it from that point of view, that people could, in their lowest points. Not everybody goes through having your lowest points and stuff like that, So I haven't been through it. I believe Mr. Ham mentioned it, but other people have and stuff like that, So if we could encourage the people, if we can help empower the people by just having conversations like this, man, it's definitely all good. Tina says, Brother Tony, this is a real topic that needs to be said, I guess you mean. Said. He said, so many youths really are fighting a spiritual war. That's deep right there. He says, even the ones that are in church, a lot of times they are afraid to speak up and feel ashamed. Excuse me. Brother Words. He says, in my culture, suicide is quite high in New Zealand. He says, what is that? The Moriah think it's because we losing our culture. But I think it's because we lost God Almighty in our culture. Not all, but a lot in our culture. Awesome. That's awesome right there. Yo, you funny, man. Listen, my number is here, man. Get the emails. Listen, I put out the address. I put out the phone number, man. You got the information. Let me know when you're close by. You understand? And that's it. You know what I mean? I doubt you're gonna show up. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. It was another clown that said he was gonna come see me or something. Never did. I don't got time for foolishness games. Back and forth over the internet and stuff like that. When I don't even know of a lot of you, when you make these certain comments that you're gonna do this and do that and things like that. You know what I'm saying? All right. He says, don't hurt him. Listen, he gonna be good. He gonna be good. As long as he act right, he'll be all right. You understand? He'll be all right. He says, back in the day, it was taboo to speak about depression because you would be labeled as crazy, but now we realize it's a serious topic for real. Wow. Okay. He says they are not real. He says, Brother Tony, you are such a blessing. Keep it up. The good work for sure. That's what's up right there. He says, I lost the comment. That's my fault. He says, this is the real minister under LC. Well, I call him Fat Man Scoop. Fat Man Scoop Mathis. Listen, bring him. The address I gave you is to a boxing gym. Listen, why don't you bring him? How about that? Bring the both of you. We give you guys some personal training for free and whatnot. Bring him. All right? So that's the gym I-10. You could come there. You know what I'm saying? Just don't act crazy in there. You understand? You want to have a conversation with me? There's the address right there. You understand? He said, this is the real minister. The real minister, he's acting like a female. He has a female feelings, like he's hurt over little comments. We ain't even make a video about this guy. This is how these clowns act. You understand? Imagine people who say things to them in person versus over the internet. This is over the internet. I may throw little jabs and whatnot, But imagine people getting at them in person, how they act. Wow. That's crazy. Because people have forgotten that the Bible didn't call it mental problems or depression. The Bible called it being possessed. It says, Brother Jay, why don't you give the woman who says she suffers from depression a positive word? Instead, you're focused on Brother Tony. So sad. That's a good one. This guy's supposed to be a minister, and you got people in here suffering from depression, right? And things like that, but he want to be concerned about little jabs that Tony Harvin took at him over the internet. His feelings is hurt over jabs, uppercuts over the internet when you got people, real people dealing with real problems. Never mind me. I'm fine. But you got people on here who's depressed, and you're supposed to be a minister, preaching the word, teaching the word of God. I'm not no minister. I'm just a YouTuber, a fighter first. You understand? You the minister. Never mind me. I can care less if you come. I can care less if you sit outside the gym. I can care less if you sit there talking and I'm ignoring you. I can care less about that. The more focus is people who are dealing with depression and mental health problems, and you worrying about me. I don't got no depression issues. You understand? Deal with people who really need help. You're the minister. You're the minister. You understand? You stated that you're a minister. All right, help people. You're a servant of God. Give them godly advice. I ain't no minister. You understand? You are. You understand? So what's more important to you? Tony Harvin throwing jabs at you over the internet? Or there's a person who's in need for godly counsel? This shows your true colors. You no real man of God. If you allow me, right, to interrupt your feelings versus going to help that one over there who needs godly advice about depression. You ain't no man of God, man. Not at all. Not at all. You want to have a conversation about what? Internet stuff? Man, you better get out of here, man. Some people, listen, we'll look at you like, really? You upset about something said over the internet? Really? Man, do I care? I don't. I don't care. You understand? I don't care. You know what I mean? Yo, y'all funny, man. Y'all is funny. He says, Tony, life hasn't hit you yet. There's certain things in life that, that happen. I'm just a person, like, if hard times happen, like, I expect the unexpected. It kind of reminds me of, fighting. You're under pressure and things like that. You got to know how to get up if you're knocked down. Or if you are in a jam, you just got to lean on God. Even when I wasn't in church and stuff like that. I wasn't in church. I didn't care about it. Still, had a little thought of God and stuff like that, and prayed and things like that. I never thought that would happen as far as like, being depressed and stuff like that, for sure. What up, Linda or Walton? What's the name of the movie you say was good, clean cutting movie, and where can I find it? Let me see if I can find it on the internet. I'm gonna share the screen with you. Fireproof. It's called Fireproof. I'm gonna share the screen right quick. Bear with me. This is to Linda. I'm gonna share the screen right quick for you. So that's the movie right there. That's the clean cut movie right there. It's called Fireproof. I watched it. That was like one of the first movies I ever saw that was just clean, real clean. You understand? So you could go check that movie out if you like, for sure. All right. He says, why are some of y'all I missed the comment. Why some of y'all hate Gino and Tony so much? Yo, that's funny, man. That's hilarious. Hilarious, man. This stuff is funny. He said a bunch of weak, pathetic men running around. He said, stay on topic. This chump ain't worth it. Oh, man, that's funny. He called him a chump. Oh, man, hilarious. Angela Quillen. You state that most television is negative. People who act are liars. They pretend to be someone they are not in real life. He says Revelation tells us where liars are going. This makes it easy for me to avoid it more. Wow. That's a deep one right there for sure. All right. Dwayne says, I can say working in mental health for years. If I could give any advice, the medication keeps a patient, but God is the only remedy. Certain things can only be solved with fasting and prayer. Wow. That's important. Jose says, if a person commits suicide, it's not a person, but an evil spirit. Martin Luther said, it is better. I'm just saying. Well, I don't know nothing about that. He says, these conversations help. Absolutely. Prodigal Son says, medication helps. He says, I'm in a retail pharmacy. Uh-oh. So he says, no medication don't help facing is the best way in doubting all thoughts. Uh-oh. So he says, shut up, Sion, stay in your place. Wow. Guess we got to block this guy. You understand? You got to block this guy. I don't usually block people too much. He said, I'm off tomorrow. He says, I'm off. I'll see you tomorrow, young man. Really? Y'all heard that, right? It's on the screen. He said he's going to see Tony Harvin tomorrow. This is the second time somebody said that, or third. We shall see. I'll let you guys tune in, I'll let you guys tune in for sure. He said it's a shame. It's a shame a girl man would act like this. He said, I'm off. He says, kick rocks. He says, that's embarrassing. Depression and anxiety is very common in the Black Latino communities. It's the norm now. Trust me. What up, Dark? You missed a whole lot. Angel says, Job's situation looked depressing, but he made it through. What he went through makes our problems seem small. He had a lot to go wrong in a short time. He endured his trouble. Hang on to God. Hang on to God. Hang on to God. Michael, he said suicide is self-murder and destroying the temple of God. 1 Corinthians 3:17. If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy, for the temple of God is holy. Which temple are ye? When you truly have God in your life, there is no depression and anxiety. You just got to watch the thoughts, not panic. That's true. I agree. He says, Brother Tony, are you going to meet in person? Well, I gave him the address to the gym I go to. You understand? That's the address I gave him. You know, I wouldn't give nobody my personal address over here. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that. You know, because they'll be putting themselves in harm's way. You understand? All right, Linda. I would love to know of some good cleaning cut movies if anyone knows some. He says Dr. King suffered from clinical depression. Wow. Mr. Ham says Mark 5:4-12 talks about, man being possessed. Wow. Why does person keep talking about some son of God in heaven, man? We ain't talking about that right now, man. Who cares about that? Yo, you funny. Jeremy is funny, man. He said, Brother Jay, stay on topic or please leave. This guy's funny, man. This guy's real funny. For sure. He is hurt. This man is hurt. Oh man, I hurt your feelings, man. I hurt your feelings. You want an apology from me, man? Huh? Over the internet, he's hurt. His feelings is hurt, man. He says, be close to the brother. Courage is very good. No worries. Absolutely. Absolutely. Who, the Skank Lewis? Now we got Skank Lewis. Now we got Skank Lewis online, you know. We got where's Jen Juice at, man? Where's He Heard My Cry? Where these people at when I need them? Now we got Skank Lewis on here. Why don't you come with Brother Jay? I'll be there. I'll be in the gym. I'm thinking. I'm random, man. I don't know. We'll see though. All right, what up, True Definition? Hey, Skank Lewis, shut up, man. You talking about, man? I don't know what this guy talking about. Tina says, Brother Tony, don't waste your time on him. It's really suspect. Why is he so focused on you and not the work of God? That's important right there. That text message was funny, man. We said not the work of God. Just strange that he keeps focusing on you instead of being positive. Absolutely. I mean, these guys gonna get themselves hurt, man. They're gonna get themselves hurt because I'm not a pastor. I'm not a preacher. I'm not that. You understand? They thinking I'm this minister. They put me on this pedestal like I'm a pastor or something. I don't know why they do that. I don't understand, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't listen, when you trying to do positive stuff and things like that, I noticed, like I said the other day, like when I was growing up in Jersey City and whatnot, you know, you got gangs and stuff around there, you know, shootings and whatnot. I've never had to deal with people like how I deal with over the internet. You know what I'm saying? With these so-called Christians, so-called over righteous ones and things like that. You know what I mean? I never went outside. You could walk anywhere in the hood. Nobody bother you. But when you come on the internet putting out the truth of God, when you putting out inspirational things, you're going to get a lot of trolls. A lot. Man, they're going to want to threaten you and stuff like that. We know they just selling wolf tickets. You understand? Especially Skank Lewis. I don't know what he's talking about. He just, I don't know. He's talking about some crazy stuff, but you know what I mean? You could come too. You understand? You could come too. You know? Mr. Ham, you said the church used to treat people with so-called mental problems long before they made a medical profession with therapists and medication. The Holy Scriptures prove it. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna be in the gym tomorrow, and we're gonna await on Brothers J arrival and Skank Lewis. We're gonna see if they show up. You know, if they show up. Now, my coach will be there, so if I happen to not be there, he'll let me know. Just ask for Tony. You understand? If you happen to come, if I ain't there, you understand? I mean, the gym is like 10, 15 minutes away. I have no problem with going back. You understand? So bring Skank Lewis with you if you like. He said the screen is blurry, the comments. I don't know why. I mean, the comments on this end, it's clear. He said he's joking. He said somebody give Brother J a hug. He says, what's really going on with Brother J? You know, every time we have these deep conversations, man, why these trolls be coming on here? And they be ministers and pastors and stuff like that. I don't get it. Like I said, you're gonna get a different response from me versus a pastor. You're gonna get a different response. You know, you're gonna get a real different one. He says pastors fight, they are not perfect, but people like that can't, you know what I mean? They fight, but when you see when people want to make themselves look like they so like a minister and stuff like that, you are on a pedestal where as though you're supposed to be a servant and preaching and teaching the word. Never mind what some YouTubers say. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna get in your head. I'm gonna throw little jabs and stuff like that. I'm gonna get in your head. I don't think about you after I cut off the live. I don't do it. When people ask me questions and stuff like that, and you get off the live, I don't think about these folks at all. So for a man to be stuck in his feelings, possibly thinking about another man all day, and him being hurt by a couple of jabs that I took, when somebody asked me a question the other day, that's kind of strange, man. I never thought people's feelings could be hurt over the internet. I mean, people done said a whole bunch of things about me on here. You understand? They said a whole bunch. I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? You get off YouTube, I go about my business. I don't even think about it. I forget about it, like whatever. You know, but you got people like that. That's why I had another topic called you got to have bulletproof emotions when you are on the internet, when you're on social media, when you have a YouTube platform. You understand? Don't matter what people say and whatnot, you can't not let it bother you. You understand? Especially him being a minister. That's crazy. You know? I'm gonna say things to get underneath your skin because this what as I'm a YouTuber. Never mind me. You understand? Never mind me. You are the minister. I'm not. You know what I mean? You the one that's behind the pulpit preaching to the people. If I'm in your church and you preaching and I heckle you and your feelings get hurt, nah, that's crazy. He says, Brother Tony, thoughts on men seeking therapy? Well, therapy. Me personally, I would recommend, a real man of God. I wouldn't recommend like somebody with a profession that is not godly. Now, if they are, if they are in tune with God and stuff like that, and they got that profession, right? So they can, give people godly advice. Cool, that's fine. But other than that, I would recommend like a true man of God for therapy and whatnot. He says there will be a lot of trolls, all over the internet. I see, but I didn't expect it would be trolls from people who are so-called in God. I never expected that ever. You understand? When I have my YouTube channel putting up, sports and whatnot, and conversation with my kids and whatnot, I never thought that, so-called Christians would be this way at all. At all. Not one bit. You understand? Not one bit. And they get it twisted like you won't give them the business. You understand? They're getting it real twisted. All right. He said you're gonna be waiting there all day. Nah. Listen, the most I'm gonna do in that gym is 2 hours, man. 2 hours. You know what I mean? I ain't waiting for that clown. You understand? All right. He said, Tony, they're selling wolf tickets. All you have to do is ignore them. Yeah, I'm working on the ignore part. That's something I got to work on, ignoring. I'm doing better, though. I used to make videos like years ago. Like I'm talking about like videos about these false prophets. I deleted some, but I'm still learning how to ignore. It's hard, but I'm learning. I've gotten better over the years. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting better each year. I'm trying. You know what I mean? I'm trying to put that in my brain, ignore ignorance. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. So can I please get a little bit of credit? Just a little bit. I'm trying to work on that for sure. All right. You said the real reason why they troll on serious stuff is because they shallow as a creek bed. Wow. Deep right there. Says, Brother Tony, they don't realize that you really don't care, but you just have a real passion for every type of people, and you're simply here to bring the truth and nothing more. Absolutely. That's all that's what we're here for, talking about, real life topics and whatnot. So when they come in here trolling, I don't think about these clowns at all. They make constant videos. So when I type in something on YouTube, I mean, you could see, I could scroll down and look at it. They making videos almost every day. They focusing on the wrong stuff because listen, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And these people call themselves men of God and ministers and whatnot, but yet there are people suffering from depression, whereas though they don't want to talk about that with those type of people. They want to talk about back and forth gossip. That's what they in tune with. They in tune with the gossip and whatnot, making hour-long videos and 2-hour-long videos and 3-hour-long videos. They so obsessed. They so obsessed. When there's real life situations going on out here, they weren't about me. They weren't about me saying that. They weren't about me quoting something that, that he had mentioned in the past. that I heard like a little snippet of. He upset about that. I could care less. I don't care. You understand? You know what I mean? And some other skank, that one pastor, that one prophet called this troll, he called him a skank. So they need to focus on the real life situations out here, because you claim to be a minister. You better be careful who you like trying to go at or trying to meet up with, You understand? You got to be careful about that. I'm talking about to these so-called preachers. And you laughing. He says, Brother Tony stuck. He said, he called him Stuck Lewis. He says, mad at you because of the last debate. The last debate was Rashid Jones, Emmanuel, and Peter Cox. I don't understand why would he be upset. I don't get it, man. I don't know. If that's the case, I don't know, man. But we having another debate possibly Saturday night. Brother Hayes and Rashid Jones. That's gonna be a very interesting discussion, man. Very interesting, for sure. Linda Walton. He says jealous. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, he says, pray for them. They have no understanding. They are lost, and pray for them mental health and spiritual health, their salvation, brother. Absolutely. For sure. I mean, me personally, I'm not thinking about them at all. I'm thinking about the topic at hand. I know I could throw some jabs and rub some feathers and whatnot. I know I can do that. But the whole purpose is, to really help people who's dealing with depression and whatnot and things of that nature. For sure. Vivian Whitmore. He says, hey, Tony, Romans 8:31. Okay, you wrote a scripture. He says, thank you and keep the videos coming. Absolutely. You're welcome. I thank you for coming on here, tuning in, to this conversation. For sure. I appreciate everybody for coming on, give me your comments in here and things like that. C-Max says, for all suffering, I pray in the name of Jesus. Okay, you covering. There's a prayer out in the chat room, for sure. Appreciate that, C-Mac. All right. We're coming to a conclusion to this live conversation number 233. We talked about suicidal thoughts, depression, and mental health. And we had a couple of trolls in here. As always, we always have these trolls. We always have these trolls in here. But the point is, man, encouraging and empowering the people. So if anybody got any last closing remarks, you can leave them in the chat room, you know what I mean, as I come to a closing and give my conclusion remarks. He says, people's minds are in a mess because of sin. We need the Lord Jesus. Jeremy Dunbar says, good night, everyone, and God bless you all. Peace be unto you. He says, Brother Tony, the last debate he was on. Oh, the last debate he was on. Oh, I mean, I don't know why he would be upset. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't know. You know what I mean? I have no idea why would he be upset or what, man. Like, hey, man, if a person's upset because of a debate they had, I don't know. You understand? Like I said, you can't go into a fight and be upset at the ref. You know what I'm saying? You got to be upset at yourself. If you're a true champion and you're a true person who knows the scriptures, you got to be able to adjust. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to adjust to any type of environment, hostile situations, or whatever the case may be. You can't get mad at the person giving it. You understand? If you see something that's not really going your way, adjust yourself. Adjustments. A true champion makes adjustments. You know? What up, G Swole? You came in here late, man. You came in here late, man. We an hour and 20 minutes in. I was about to close it out. But G Swole came in a little late. I answered that question earlier, G Swole. I said I never been through that. I never had any type of suicidal thoughts to the point of really offing myself. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, never happened to me. You know, so I just came on here, you know, just to hear the people's thoughts and whatnot, and you know, have conversations about it, and things like that. You know. Good, I think, said depression is a spirit. Demons take advantage of low moments. I got delivered once. I got filled with the Holy Spirit. It is a demon spirit. It's very real. For sure. It's all good, G Swole. You know what I'm saying? So we got another question, G Swole, man. Let me have it, man. I know you be having the good questions. Let me have it before, you know, I take it down. I'm sleepy, man. You got any more questions? You know what I'm saying? Any last comments? And to the trolls out there, I don't watch your videos. I really don't. So if people out there, if they making videos, y'all, Tony Harvin, don't watch them. You understand? I don't watch them at all. I only will watch them if somebody say, listen, check this out at this timestamp for 15 seconds or whatever. Please watch it, please. Maybe I would. But as far as like if they making like 20-minute videos, hour videos, 2-hour videos on me, I really don't watch them. The only time I know it's up is when you see it in the YouTube list or it comes on the right-hand corner or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't watch these clowns. You know, they make it seem like people are really watching them talk about you. You know, I don't watch them. All right? I don't. Yo, you funny. Sion, you funny. He says, do you believe being around people that had suicidal thoughts can come on to somebody else? Oh, yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that earlier. We did, you know, influences and whatnot, you know, spirits jumping on people. They talked about scary movies and whatnot and things like that. It can happen. Definitely got to be careful who you're around. For sure. We talked about stuff you watch and things like that. But people say, you know, some people was neglected as a child. Some people lost, you know, a loved one and things like that. He says Peter Baptiste is a depressant too. Yo, shout out to Peter Baptiste, man. He's funny. He is funny. He said easy champ. All right, so we're about to sign off, y'all. You know, we had some trolls that said they're gonna come and meet up with Tony Harvin tomorrow. We'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I hope everybody have a wonderful night, a wonderful day tomorrow in general. Thank y'all for all tuning in. Be on the lookout for more videos. Tony Harvin TV. Got nothing but the Truth of God videos, Tony Harvin Network. And this channel. He said Saint Doofus was trash on his last debate. Well, this guy, I don't know, something wrong with him mentally, man. I think something mentally wrong with the kid, you know. And like somebody said, oh, you gotta, you know, just pray for them at the end of the day, man. You know, I don't really want to give these people no clout, no mentions, no promotions and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? He believed what he believed. I guess somebody said he was upset. I mean, I don't care. At the end of the day, you know, I don't care. You know, if you don't come with your A game on here, that's your fault. I mean, the teacher don't fail the student fail themselves. You understand? So my thing is, if you're gonna have a biblical discussion, you better know what you're talking about. You got to study them scriptures. At the end of the day, Skank Lewis, you know how it's not that hard to come in with an introduction. It's not that hard to come in with a body. Then after the body, you come with the cross-examination. They answer the questions from the people. You're supposed to be ready. Stay ready so you won't have to get ready. You understand? And you should know that most people use the King James Version. So if you're coming on here with a different Bible, you know what I'm saying? A modern, up-to-date Bible, whereas though the publisher published gay books and whatnot, something's wrong. Or the publisher published other books that's contrary to the word of God. Something that should tell you something's wrong with that Bible. That's common sense. When these modern day Bibles like the NLT, they missing scriptures. Some people say the King James is missing stuff like that, whatever. But a lot of these modern day Bibles, look at the publisher. Research the publishers, what other books they put out. Who owns this publishing group or company that puts out these New Age Bibles? It's not that hard to do. It's common sense. That's why it's so easy to pound on Skank Lewis, because he uses Bibles like that, which is though people crush him. Too easy. He wouldn't even last in a debate if he was talking about the King James versus whatever. Too easy. You understand? He says, what time you coming in tomorrow? He said, what version does PJ use? He uses the it was in program 764, I believe, or 767. I think it was 764, whereas though he stated that somebody gave him an old Bible with all the books in it. And it's the King James. I believe it was the King James 1611, or it's another one. It was like an old Bible. But that's all it is the King James. That's it. You know. What time I'm coming in? What do you mean by that? What do you mean? He said, last question. How would you help someone with suicidal thoughts? Conversations like this, man. Conversations like this, you know, which is helping me to really understand more about depression, suicide, and stuff like that from people who have dealt with it. You know, I'm still learning about stuff myself, like how when people was talking about it, well, you just came on, but people was talking about, you know, them going through depression, having suicidal thoughts. I was learning, you know. He says, I hope y'all false prophet hands are anointed. Please link the video of these false prophets. Show up, but I man. That's funny, man. That's funny. But most likely I'm gonna be too focused on like working out, man. For sure. You know. But me personally, honestly, I probably forget about it. I don't think about these people. You know, I don't think about, you know, Brother Feces, aka Brother J. I don't think about Skank Lewis. Some people called him Scum Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You understand? Who is afraid of a man that don't even show his face? You know what I mean? All right. So I hope everybody doing well tonight. I hope everybody. Yeah, the man don't even show his face, man. Like, what are you scared of, man? Huh? I'll bring that color purple script out. You show is ugly. You understand? You show is ugly. You don't want to show your face? You understand? What's wrong with you? What are you scared of, man? Better get out of here. Yo, let me stop, man. Let me stop. Man. All right. I hope everybody have a wonderful night. I'm sleepy, man. I hope everybody have a wonderful night. And Oh man. I hope everybody have a wonderful night. I thank everybody for coming on. For sure. I'm signing off. Be on the lookout for more videos coming out on this YouTube channel. God bless to everybody out there. All right. I'm Tony Harvin. God bless. Peace.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do remember, if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right here and select all to receive all notifications upon the videos that come out on this channel. Also, my backup channel is Tony Harvin Network if you'd like to do the same.